Did Fujifilm just release an update to their X100V, turning this beautiful little subcompact camera into a video shooting beast? Let's find out together. Hey everybody, my name is Jared and I'm out here in my beautiful home, Cocoa Beach, Florida, feeling a little guilty because it's February 2021 and most of the country right now is in a severe winter storm, especially some random places like Houston, Texas, which is actually like a subtropical area of the country. Anyways, but we're out here today testing out the video capabilities of one of my favorite cameras that I have never really used for video. So if you're curious to see what the capabilities are for this amazing little camera, just stick around for this quick video as we kind of talk about some things I like and dislike and some practical ways that you can use this camera for video. It's tiring carrying all this gear while walking through the sand. Let's find a place where I can set it down. So starting off, let me give you a little bit of background as to why I bought this camera in the first place. This is not my first Fuji X100, this is my second. I bought the Fuji X100F a couple years ago and immediately fell in love with it. Here at my business, we're constantly creating content for businesses and high-performing individuals, and that requires us shooting a lot of photo and video pretty often. And the reason why we bought this one initially is because we use this to capture most of our behind-the-scenes content. So if we're at a video shoot or photo shoot, I will give this to my assistant, second shooter, or intern, and just let them go to town. I just absolutely love the look that we get from this little camera photo-wise, but never really used it for video, and that's because, well, it doesn't have in-body stabilization, and it's a fixed lens. Now this is a 23, but on a Fuji, I love the look of that full frame 35mm. But something that has always frustrated me, folks, is it has a built-in ND filter and we can't use it in video mode. Well, that's a problem only of the past because Fujifilm just released an update allowing us to use the built-in ND for video. Now, if you're looking for a very detailed, thorough review of this camera, this isn't the video for you. There's some great videos out there. Gajan just did one. I'll put a link to his video down below. But really overall, I just want to take a quick moment and just show some of the video capabilities and how I'm going to be using it. Is this overkill? I have it on my DJI Ronin S and it was a little hard to balance. The only one that I couldn't properly do is this one where you're supposed to tilt it up and balance it. But I got it as balanced as I could and did an auto calibration, actually did a balance test, and it told me everything was excellent. So we rolled with it. Been shooting with it all day and actually really enjoying it. It would probably work a lot better on some smaller gimbals, but I've been getting rid of all my excess gear and just sticking to what I'm using the most. So while this is overkill, it got the job done. Now, I've been shooting in a lot of different video modes today. 4K 24 frames a second, to 1080 60 frames a second, to 1080 120. So there's been a variety of footage shot today. And I'm telling you folks, the fact that they gave us this update is amazing. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time. Now, besides behind the scenes content creation, I use this camera for my family. And now I'm gonna be using it in video mode a lot more often. I do have the Peak Design, quick straps. I have one over here, it's just in my office. And I can, when I do have a sling or a strap on it, I can use that for extra, stabilization to get those steady shots when I'm out with my family and my kids. But, the thing that I love about this camera is just how small and compact it is. No one is ever intimidated by this thing. I have actually We shoot a lot of content in and around people's homes, and even though that we get approval and permission, they still get freaked out when we bring our bigger cameras with bigger lenses. No one has ever been afraid or questioned us shooting with this little camera. They look at it like, oh, that's cute. But what they don't know is it's capable of getting you incredible results. If you're out filming like I am today and, you know, pretty early, it's pretty early in the morning, but the sun is up, you know, the built-in ND was not enough actually to get the proper exposure. And there were a few times today I did have to use my shutter speed or aperture to adjust appropriately to get the proper exposure. But I'm going to show you a little bit of, you know, turning the ND on and off and just how much of a difference it really made in the image. Now, practical ways that I'm going to be using this camera more in video mode is, number one, we're all home a lot right now. I'm going to be using it as my webcam. I'm going to be using it to replace my X-T4 as my webcam. I'm going to be using this guy. And believe it or not, I'm going to be actually using this in some of my corporate testimonial videos. Now, it's not going to be like the A cam or the B cam. I'm going to use this as a C cam, set it back kind of off frame to get those behind the scenes, like studio shots. I actually did it recently and it turned out pretty well. And it was just so nice having those additional stops of ND that I could use. Overall, this amazing little camera just got better. So if you didn't have this camera, let me know if you're actually considering it now. With the update that came out, if you've already had it, are you excited about the video capabilities, or could you know, really care less? Let me know what you thought of some of that test footage that I shot. Overall, personally, I'm really excited about what I was able to get out of this camera today, and I'm really looking forward to how I can use it more and more in the future. If you got something out of this video, would you please consider liking it down below? Subscribe if you haven't already. And with all the videos that you could be watching on the internet today, the fact that you took time out of your day to stop and actually watch this one, man, I just greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next video, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.